Colin, many of us in the industry are hearing about the industrial data fabric. So, what is the industrial data fabric? Why is it important? How do these frameworks integrate various AI models and techniques? And what role do they play in this context?
Well, we put industrial data fabric, we being ARC, when we really looked at the impact of people, process, and technology on the industrial sector. We kind of built out this framework. We've defined industrial AI as the collection of tools and techniques that are used to bring intelligence to people and processes in specific industrial use cases. So we've tried to make sure everyone remembers there's a massive amount of opportunity beyond generative AI in the industrial sector. But as we built out that model, no surprise, it became clearer and clearer that our opportunity in the industrial sector was that we had, or we have, and we generate massive amounts of data. So, we spent the last decade or more in digital transformation, in trying to connect machines, sensors, equipment, machines, production lines, factories. We've been trying to connect them all to be able to digitize the data coming from them, digitalize the processes that run our factories and run our supply chains, run our service management processes, etc. So the opportunity is there, but we haven't done a great job, at least at the factory and production level, of really ensuring that data quality as we've been going through the process. Yes, we're enhancing data quality, but we still have lots of machines that are not connected, lots of factories that are not connected, or they're connected, but we're not really adding context to the data. We're not really great at driving standards, particularly in factories. We as ARC engaged in a number of those efforts to try and improve the situation. We're active on the SESME advisory board that's trying to drive standards for smart manufacturing. So we all recognize the problem, but if we're really going to tackle the AI opportunity, we can do garbage in, garbage out at an enormous scale now, thanks to the power of the cloud and these AI solutions. But that's the last thing we need is garbage out, right? And so in fact, I put an extra word in there. We talk very much about the need for industrial grade data fabrics that really help us manage the heterogeneity of the data that we have in many of our industrial use cases, and the added challenge that a lot of that data is on the factory edge, if you will, or it's really being produced at the factory edge, and a lot of it will stay on the factory edge for the foreseeable future. It's not all going to get moved to the cloud into a massive data lake, which is kind of the approach that enterprise data fabrics take and assume. So the born in the cloud, if you like, data fabrics make that fundamental assumption that you've got well understood data, usually fairly structured data coming from ERP systems and supply chain systems, or even our customer management systems, where there's a lot of commonality and standardization on what effectively at that point is largely transactional data that's well understood. We have a different problem in a lot of our industrial AI use cases where a lot of the data is at the edge we can't afford to move it to the cloud, or there are data latency and security concerns about moving it all to the cloud that mean that many of our use cases are hybrid or edge-based, and therefore it's a specific problem that we need to deal with in what we're calling industrial data fabrics that understand everything from time series data to some of that machine data, which may be vibration data, there may be visual data that we're capturing. Cameras are being deployed pervasively, camera sensors for a lot of machine vision use cases, robotics, drones for visual inspection. So, we're getting a lot of the mixed data types coming in, every data type. Plus, we have that added complexity of a lot of it is massive amounts of time series data that doesn't have a lot of context without doing a bit of work, which is what we expect industrial data fabrics to help with. They'll help with adding context to that data, helping to build the models that will then be used to train some form of AI system, not necessarily a generative AI large language model. In a lot of cases, it will be classic machine learning, neural net techniques, or causal AI, or neuro-symbolic AI techniques that are better at solving math and physics problems.